Hi, my name is Dr. Tony Taunk and I am a healthcare professional. So my story is quite simple. I'm a local lad, I'm from Derby. I was born and raised in a place called Simfin, and I wanted to work in my community because I know this city, I love this city. It's given me everything from an education to friends, family, wife, the lot. Thousands of the people in this area somehow have a connection to me, whether it's my school, whether it's people I've played football with, maybe they go to the same football ground I do because I'm a big Derby County fan. In fact, I'm the club dentist. So all these things meant opening a practice in Derby was important to me. Some of the biggest obstacles I've had in business is understanding how business works. You know, I haven't got an MBA, I'm an academic. I went to dental school, I wasn't taught how to run companies or understand cash flows or understand accounts even. I'm a dyed-in-the-wool academic. So one of the biggest obstacles I had was actually understanding what it involves to make a business successful. Because ultimately, for me to do the best job for my patients, I need to understand what it is I can do for them and also to charge accordingly. So up until 2020, I was working with a recommended dental specialist accountant, recognised from my professional body, the BDA, British Dental Association accountant, that had come recognised. I had been practicing with them and working with them for well over a decade. And then I met Steve, Jayshul and Ben. And very, very quickly I realised that unfortunately the information and advice I was getting was actually very basic. It wasn't really tax planning, it wasn't really talking about gearing or finance or having an absolute understanding of what my business was all about. That's what they've given me. They've given me a lot of knowledge, and some of the knowledge I feel was my ignorance. I don't know how these things work. And some of the words they throw around, I really didn't understand it. But I was too ashamed to say to them, guys, I don't get it. But honestly, they've been very, very open and honest with me and helped me. And they've taken me on this journey of education, betterment, improvement. And I'm grateful. You know, if anybody's thinking about moving accountants, anybody's even considering exploring better options, hands down, I can't offer you a better team. The problem I had with moving accountants is I was scared. You've got to remember that when you've been working with a team that have been dealing with your very intricate numbers, know all about you for nearly a decade, I've seen my children grow. Moving is difficult. It takes a lot of persuasion or a lot of dissatisfaction. I have to say that actually there was no persuasion from Nuvo. In fact, Steve actively said to me, I'll help your accountant, I just want you to do better. And that was a game changer because I've got a professional willing to work alongside a different professional for my benefit. So when a specialist is saying, actually, I'll help somebody else, I felt, wow, he cares. And moving was a no-brainer. The move's been amazing. I've learned so much. And actually my business is in better shape than it's ever been. Honestly, my tax planning before I came to the Nuvo was virtually zero. My inheritance planning was virtually zero. My financial advice was twice a year. I'd sit around a table with a bunch of guys who just said, this is how we're going to do it. And I sort of nodded dutifully. Now I see my accountant either virtually or in person every 6 weeks, emails probably twice or 3 times a week. They're there at a drop of a hat. I want to thank them for their compassion. I want to thank them for their humility. I want to thank them for their strong sense of working along people like me who are trying to grow their businesses and understanding our pain points and our difficulties, and then giving us the best steer in a nice way. So thank you to all you guys.